Today is a big day. I'm going off to the YouTube space here in London to go talk to Google about, or actually give a little bit of a talk or be on a panel or something about YouTube Africa and YouTube African creators, kind of representing us to a certain degree. I think it's a great thing that they're inviting somebody at least to go speak. I don't know if I'm the most qualified to do it, but I'm here. So I think that's why they're doing it, and a large portion of you guys are South African or African, so they want to hear what we have to say, what kind of problems we have in South Africa as creators. The fact that they're even putting that kind of stuff on their agenda is a huge deal, and that makes me very excited. I think Africa, and specifically in my case and a lot of your cases, South Africa, have a lot of narratives and stories that they have that can contribute to the rest of the world. YouTube's a primary medium for that. I mean, when we've got broadcast television that it's kind of dying, even back home, like I'm watching the news, broadcast television is dying worldwide, but specifically in South Africa, and our stories, to get them out to the rest of the world, the best way to do it is on the internet. If you syndicate broadcast content, the SABC don't really syndicate the kind of stuff that they're making, and neither does ETV, so we kind of have to stick with digital. Also, it's instantaneous, everybody can tell their story. I'm just really glad that Google are helping facilitate African creators so that we can make better content, and hopefully I raise a couple of points that I feel are pertinent and that can help a bunch of us back home. Yeah, this is important stuff. So if you're ever in London, this is King's Cross Station. It's the same station that Google's at. So if you ever want to visit Google, or if you ever plan on, I think you need an appointment, but if you ever have an appointment with Google, this is the station that you get off at. And it's right around the corner from here. It's a beautiful station, also the station where Harry Potter was. If you want to see another vlog that I did when I went to the YouTube space for the first time around, you can go check it. I'll put a card right about here-ish in the video now. So according to Google Maps, we've got about 5 minutes before we get there. So let me explain before we hit the building and I see real people what points I think we should be bringing up. And the first one is infrastructure. Not only does YouTube need to do the basic thing of providing a YouTube space for content creators in South Africa, because let's be honest, gear is super expensive. The barrier to entry to create content is a lot higher than it is in a country like this where it's first world and we don't have like tech tax. I don't know if you guys know that, but in South Africa the government takes tech products and sees them as luxury items, so taxes them quite heavily, which I think is really unfair, because I think those things should be considered tools. They're like tools of a trade. If you're into law and you want to correct me, that's as far as I know, at least the last time I chatted to someone about it. Please correct me in the comments below and call me out on it, but that's my understanding of how and why tech is taxed so heavily. They see a lot of that stuff as like gaming gear and hobbyist cameras as opposed to tools that we use to make content with. So that's a big problem. So if YouTube can help provide spaces where creators can make their own content, that would be super cool. And secondly, like, we have bad internet infrastructure. It's no secret that Vodacom and MTN collude on pricing, which is really terrifying because they kind of decide all the connection fees between all the service providers. That keeps data prices up, and that sucks because a lot of people can't afford internet, and that's the only way that they can afford internet is through 3G. There's not necessarily any fiber that people can use, unfortunately. A lot of it's through mobile infrastructure. So if there was some way that Google could help facilitate, either on the tech tax front, trying to chat to government about lowering taxable items to create content, that would be great. And secondly, like, chat to ISPs, chat to internet service providers to get their prices down. Then more people have more access to the internet, we'll have more people watching our content from the same country, and also more people creating content because they'll have internet to upload or live stream or do whatever they need to do, because all this is really dependent on internet infrastructure, really. It's sad because, like, I don't think there's any incentive from a South African government perspective, because they part own SABC, they don't necessarily want you to be watching content online. There's a whole bunch of laws trying to control what is happening on the internet, and a lot of that stuff just makes things a little bit difficult. Actually makes it extremely difficult. Also makes you question the future of the industry back home. But I have a lot of hope. Got a lot of hope that we can do it as a community and step to our government, and that companies like Google can help make a difference. Okay guys, we're at Google. We gotta get to the YouTube space on the other side. There's Teju in the foyer in an amazing suit. Hi Teju.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Okay, she's letting me just go down to the space. So let's go.
There you are.
Cool. Thank you very much. All right, so we were hustled on stage. So, like that. Oh, look, you got food. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Hungry.
Yeah, where's mine? I'll grab
I know
mine.
you want to.
Yeah, I do. So, there's Teju. And here's everybody here. And one of my favorite things so far is that a cat is here. Oh, look at him! He's on the phone. I can't believe that he's here. Cool, we're here. What's the interview for?
We're putting you on TV live.
TV live? Are we going live?
Rockwood Factory TV.
Rockwood Factory TV? Okay,
Yes.
cool. We're not live because that's a Tascam on the camera over there. A zoom on.
That's a Zoom H5.
Oh,
That's Isaiah McKay.
is that right? Okay, cool. We're gonna do this.
Kenny, you on?
Interview is done outside. But interview with the Huffington Post. What's up? Over there. And just having a bit of coffee before I head off back to the office. But I just want to say, whoa! This was the biggest and best surprise. I wish you had told me that you were coming.
I should have said something. So listen, man, it's so good to see you. I haven't said T-Funk Delicious in a while, man. It's so good to see you.
You hear this guy?
That's him.
That's my
his
sting.
thing.
That's
It's
my
his
sting.
thing. I still need to record that.
Yeah. We're going.
What's up,
What's
Mama? I'm
happening?
famous.
Say hi to South Africa.
Hey, what's up, South Africa?
You pointing there?
I don't know where to point. How's it, Josie? Sharp.
So we're in the creator store. Cat's got that swag.
Getting my creative dancing on, man. You know,
Oh,
expressive dancing.
Yes, he's crazy. This is what happens when you bring South Africa to London. But check the store out, man. Dan TM. Let's check all the swag. Casper and Joe hit the road.
What? Is there the DVD?
The DVD here. There's the
Get
two.
out.
There's the sequel and the other one that Hit the Road USA is the new one. That's the double
Epic.
set, the double set. Then Dan is on fire. The book. Oh, it was a good old Sideman, and hello, Marcus Butler, and a good old Ollie White as well. So, oh, there's the first one in case you missed it. Where's Casper's book? Casper's book's not here. Weird. There's Lily. Cheers, man.
Alright, cool.
Peace out. Cheers. Cheers, everyone.
Love you, man. Cheers.
Bye, bro.
So, that concludes our afternoon at Google. I hope that helped. Hope we made a bit of a difference, even if it's a small one. It was really cool meeting other creators. And one of my favorite things actually came up in conversation, which was very valuable, was the fact that people of color aren't represented a lot on YouTube. And a lot of the big YouTubers are this skin tone. So that needs to change, and more people of color need to occupy that space. It's not like for a lack of trying, it's more it's like a systematic thing. It's agencies and YouTube in general like not helping promote channels, which I wish, you know, that would be great, but it's a systematic thing. So I think it's mostly agencies that could be helping out in that respect. You know, a lot of agencies just have a white roster, and that sucks. It's unfair. And it's not lack of trying or lack of quality in people of color's content, which a lot of people claim it is. It's just a lack of representation from a corporate level. So hopefully that kind of stuff changes. So I'm glad that the conversation went there, and it's a continent-wide issue as well as like a country-wide issue for South Africa. So I'm glad we had that chat, and hopefully YouTube listened to that as a whole.